go. Look at that. Wonderful. Oof. What else needs to be accomplished? Yeah, I mean, look, we got a decent number of circuits. We got a decent number of circuits coming in. It's probably about a full belt of production, I reckon, that we have with this setup. Pretty close to it. If I fix the copper balancing.
Okay.
Yeah, I reckon we're not far off a full belt. A full belt of
close to ovens?
circuits.
No. We're not close to ovens.
You really do like a good oven, don't you?
I want those ovens.
You're desperate for those ovens.
They smooth out the whole iron processing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can just have a bunch of inserters just spitting into them, and they'll just last forever.
They'll just do it.
Shoot. Yeah, eventually you'll have to upgrade them, but by the time you have to upgrade ovens, we'll have access to alchemy, so it shouldn't be so bad.
It's like a flippin' light show down here.
Yeah, that's actually one of the mods that I picked up, which was Science Lab Disco Science or something like that. So instead of just having blue lights show, they will flash colors based on what science is currently running through them.
I love it.
I thought that was kind of a neat little change of pace. Yeah,
That's great. Yeah, that looks awesome. Yeah, very cool. This is some complex research. Flippin' heck.
it's taken a while.
It is taking a while.
Luckily, as soon as we get this one, we pretty much don't have to touch blue for a while. Well, I don't know. How are we doing on... no, we're still not stacking up the oil too much.
We've got.
And if I started making batteries... Actually, can I? Do we have batteries yet? No, but you know what we do have? Explosives.
Ooh. Did we get the artillery by any chance? Was that a thing?
I don't think we picked it up yet.
Okay. So green Tiberium into Tiberium data, and then Tiberium data is straight into Tiberium science packs. Okay, that's pretty good actually. Pretty good ratio. This is... Oh, you're using... Oh, that's the garbage assembly machines. 0.5% crafting speed.
I hate them.
That's so miserable, isn't it?
I can't wait until we upgrade.
I do like steam, though. I think that the steam is a fair inconvenience to suffer for a...
If you want to hook up every assembly machine for that line for steam, we're going to need it.
I'll absolutely do that. It's, what is it, 10 data for a science? Tiberium science?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd happily do that. Absolutely.
Okay, I will get you your explosives.
Alright, I am almost certainly going to die, because I took Tiberium into my inventory like a flippin' idiot. No. Okay, I got it. Okay. Whew. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I can't get over that fact that it injured you.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
What's it called? What is it? Tiberium data?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be under the 3 green hex tree. Oh, I didn't realize you could actually daisy chain these with the steam on one. Man, I wish you could do that with regular assemblers in like water or sulfur or whatnot.
Slight issue. I don't think that you can do it in a steam. I don't think you can do it in a steam assembly machine.
Oh, that's tragic.
That is absolutely awful. That it's truly just the worst, actually. All right, I guess I'll replace him. That sucks. Yep, that is a real shame.
Oh well, it's fine. We don't need that much more. Like, we're almost done. Oh, look at that. It's almost there. It's almost there, and then we don't need any more Tiberium research.
Is that it, by the way, for the tech tree? Tiberium?
There's a little bit more under Tiberium. There's a fair bit more. There's like nuclear physics that we can do.
Oh, dude. I'm interested in physics, but especially nuclear physics. What do we need? Green science.
It actually even syncs up with the
Hey!
yokai industries. Yeah, we got it. All right. And now we're free to work on other research. And
All right.
I'm going to tear this entire mess up. Probably.
Give me artillery. I'm gonna get artillery. Artillery. There we go. There we go. Prototype artillery. There are 2 different prototype artillery researches? Weird. Super weird. Alright. Fine. Okay. And what do we need for this? Green science. But yeah, just returning abruptly to the idea of StarCraft custom games or whatever. I think that'd be a great suggestion. I think you should pitch that.
After I posted the thing to Holzenverse being like, please no more Project Winter. It's making me hate everyone.
Yeah.
Rito had reached out to talk about it, and I was, okay. So he had reached out to talk about it, and I just sent him like a mega list of different games that we could potentially play instead.
Everything that you would rather play.
I think, yeah. I think the main thing is just like he's kind of stuck, and I totally understand why. Because you can't just come up with like a 4-player game and say like I'm cutting it off here, because we routinely have 8 people.
Yeah.
Which is rough. Huh. And so I grabbed like a big old list of big old list of 8-player games that we could play instead. Not necessarily like immediately, but just kind of a whenever thing.
Yeah, no, I get it. I think that'd be good. It's weird though, because it needs to be capable of dealing with like up to 8, but also needs to work with like on occasion.
Australian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and also, ping and all of that nonsense. But yeah.
The other idea that he specifically really liked, that I think was potentially cool, is we found a mod for Minecraft that does proximity voice, which I'm not much of a Minecraft guy. But the idea of like a Minecraft series where we had proximity voice instead, because one of the biggest issues is like 8 people talking all at once is nightmarish. Like how do you get that? And so either you end up with like a couple of people that are particularly strong, or you split up into 2 groups.
Yeah.
Or yeah, what if we did like a hardcore Minecraft survival thing with proximity voice, or any number of things kind of in that vein instead? I think that could actually be really cool.
I think that's a really unique idea. I think that'd be good, actually.
I never got into Minecraft personally. It's like I wanted to, but I knew enough people in college that it devoured them. So I could never like personally muster the interest in the same manner.
Yeah, I played it for a bit, but never. There's some people like Alexa, for example. He's played it like thousands and thousands of hours. It could just never really hold my interest for that long. I never had the patience to like build a beautiful photorealistic house or something like that.
Yeah, neither could I. But if it was like, if it's modded, like Skyblock, for example, I think you would actually thoroughly enjoy.
Tech it,
especially after this.
I really like to Tech it, which is basically just Factorio in Minecraft.
Yep.
Which is excellent. Do you need a pump jack? A water well? I can build your water well.
I will. I think I have more or less the stuff for it. My problem is I keep using up all my stone bricks just to pave the world. And then it turns out everything I'm making requires it. I'm going to move that up by 1 so I can have multiple of these going.
Of course.
Let's see. Oh, did we get, did we finish the faster belt research already?
Good question. I have no idea.
Nope. You replaced it. Okay. I was gonna say that would be something worth looking into.
So fast belt. Okay, let me ditch the second prototype artillery. So fast belt
Yeah,
we've
we
got
only
to
need
do.
Oh, did I finish explosives or did I get distracted? I got distracted.
It would not surprise me. What else? I don't even know. I don't even know what we need to do. We can unlock a lawnmower. That sounds fun.
That sounds hilariously pointless.
We could get a grappling gun and Fortnite around the map.
Grappling gun might actually be useful.
What else? Hold up. Coal processing? Does this give us... Does this give us... Oh, dude, coal processing? Do you see coal processing? That can give you petroleum directly, actually. That's pretty neat, actually. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Is that it then?
I think that... Is that biotech? I feel like that might be biotech.
Yeah, that's bio industries. I mean, at this point, give me maybe half an hour and we will have sufficient.
I think it's less than half an hour, to
Oil.
be honest. I reckon you're quite close.
I just have to not get distracted.
That's the difficult part, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna build this artillery thing, and then I'm gonna take it out to test run it, see if we can.
Yep. You might want to. Oh, it requires a special type of ammo. You might want to have that fabricated, and you can scale all of this stuff up. This is just temporary while I
Yeah,
get
of course.
oil processing going.
I mean,
grappling gun on Fortnite. I actually don't know that one. Is there?
Well, I don't know. It's like a plunger on a something or other. I don't know.
Fair enough.
It's like a plunger on a gun that allows you to grapple around things. That was my first point of reference, which admittedly was fairly weak. Was it like Apex Legends or something? That I think that did a grappling hook on one of the characters.
Yeah, the robot character had a grappling hook.
Also, you are aware that we've got like thousands and thousands of tons of oil. Just FYI.
Yeah, I haven't scaled up. I just scaled to what I needed.
Okay.
I'm actually questioning whether or not we would have been totally fine, but
I mean, future proofing is always good. It's just I'm thinking of what do we need the oil for at this moment in time? Okay. That explosive production is wonderful. Prototype artillery. Oh, flippin' heck. It needs electric engine units. Which needs lubricant. Definitely needs lubricant, doesn't it?
I don't think we've researched that yet.
We definitely haven't.
Wait, oh, yeah, electric engine units. Yeah, we don't have those.
Yeah. Okay, so that is what we actually need for prototype artillery. Ugh, such a tease.
Yep.
Just before we get there. We also need steel plates and concrete. Oh, boy. Okay, so we actually need concrete in order to make this work. I tell you what, I can fix up concrete. That sounds like a reasonable thing to do. I'm going to have concrete soon. Oh, okay. Easy.
Yeah, so one of the Tiberium researches converts Tiberium sludge into... Okay. Tiberium sludge into concrete, I believe.
I'm pogged out of my mind to see what you're going to come up with here.
It's... The whole thing is messy. I'm pretty sure that is Tiberium sludge, yeah? Yeah. Ooh.
So this is the Tiberium slurry processing. The first layer turns it into slurry and sludge. That's a terrible name. That the two things that sound almost exactly the same. Slurry and sludge. And then from there it goes. Oh my goodness.
It's a little messy, but it's a lot smoother than I thought this was going to be.
I mean, if it works, right?
Yeah. I just have to...
Oh, that's going into the water output there, by the way. Oh yeah, I see what you're... Okay. I'm with you. Oh man, that's looking fancy. That's looking real good.
Is this all sludge? It is all sludge. That's convenient.
So what does the...
Yeah, because so the reason why I want to handle concrete is because I don't have a easy use for all of my spare Tiberium sludge, but if I can turn it into massive amounts of concrete, which we're gonna need anyway. Yeah, and it's just pure 5 to 10 ratio. Ooh, that's gonna be convenient.
That's excellent.
Yep. Okay. So now I gotta figure out how to turn... Nope, that's not it. Where do I convert oil? Chemical plant. Okay. Let's see. So do we have circuits coming in?
We do indeed have circuits coming in. Just the basic ones, though, not the crazy ones.
Yep. Let's see, what else could we work on? Actually, speaking of circuits, we are going to need advanced circuits. You want to work on that?
I was thinking about that, actually. We need plastic, though, and I wanted to get your input on how we move plastic around.
So I would say take my current plastic setup and just scale it up hard. Because I'm going to be routing petroleum and oil into what I already have.
Okay.
Using the Tiberium processing.
Okay.
So all that needs to be is bigger. We might want to move some of this stuff around at some point, but I'm probably just going to slowly get rid of the Tiberium data.
Yeah, I mean, do you want me to do it here, or do you want me to do it further away? The plastic anyway, because we can do it here, or I can
might as well do it there. I think we'll have plenty of room.
Oh, you think we'll have plenty of room over here? I think this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll have tons.
All right.
Are we out of? Ha! We're out of green research.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, so if you scale that plastic up, you can route it around. Alternatively, plastic is just petroleum. So, whoa.
Sorry. I moved a power pole.
No, that's not you. That's... that is our defenses up north.
Oh, okay.
They got smacked.
I mean, yeah, petroleum is pretty easy to make, so...
Yeah, so I would say instead, I would rebuild the plastic production up near the main bus.
Well, that was what I was gonna... that was what I was initially thinking.
And then we'll just pipe the petroleum up, because that'll be a lot easier. And that way it'll actually be on site.
The
only issue will be getting copper to it, but oh well.
Copper to what?
Plastic processing up next to the new plastic factory. Unless you don't think it's necessary.
Sorry, for copper. We don't need copper for plastic, do we?
Coal.
Oh,
Right.
no, sorry. There's a coal belt.
Yeah, other C word.
Sorry.
Okay, there is.
There's coal like really nearby because I branch it off for boiler usage anyway. So yeah, that's no problem. I can definitely do that. That is definitely doable. The coal belt is probably the most jank thing so far, but that's okay. I think that's highly excusable. Okay.
Other thing I want to prioritize. It's about time that we get alien understanding.
I'm excited.
I think turning them traitor could be kind of fun, or it'll be an absolute lag fest. It doesn't solve itself. We'll see how it goes.
I think it's going to make a big difference, actually, and it's going to be a consistent way that we can keep them under control.
Or we just go for plasma turrets, and then that solves all problems. That and your artillery.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. Okay. Oh yes, reminds me actually. I do need to build artillery, but boy, it's gonna take a little while, I think. All right. I mean, what are we doing after Tiberium sludge processing? Alien understanding after that, and then I'm gonna queue up lubricant.
Go for it.
Yeah. Cool. Man, I love that research queue. It's so nice. So nice. Once you've had it, you just can't go back. Honestly,
I don't know why. I guess I know why it's not default, but it's.
Is it? Do you lose research progress if you don't?
No.
If you don't finish it out.
If you cancel a thing, it just keeps the in progress research.
So what the heck is the point then? What the heck is the point?
I think truly the point of the research queue is just that newbies might be overwhelmed by the tech tree.
Is that it?
Maybe.
That just seems like a pretty poor excuse, to be honest. If that is the case, of course, then it's just speculation. But seems to be.
Right, there we go. We've got Tiberium to oil. Looks like we're gonna need those. Do we get the fast inserters finally? Nope.
We got the fast belt. We got fast belt.
Fast inserters. All right, it's on the list.
Flippin' heck. It's because all of this. It's because of all of our research capacity has been taken up by flipping Tiberium this, Tiberium that.
Well, it's done. We have all of the Tiberium processing we'll ever need.
I mean, look, I'm not bitter or anything. I perhaps sound more bitter than I am. I think it's cool. I'm hyped to see it work. It's gonna look good. Okay.
Let's see. So where do I turn Tiberium into? Huh.
Ooh, technical question. Optics. Where were optics and lights specifically?
Let's see. Not sure.
Cannot for the life of me remember. No worries. No worries. I got it. Okay. Bit more iron. Cool. You still reckon your initial estimate of 30 minutes since starting Tiberium production to completion is good?
I've paid no attention to how long it's taken.
Me neither. I'm just curious. There we go. Look at that.
Maybe somebody could actually like fact check this in the videos. It's definitely, that claim was recent-ish.
I think it's fair commentary, to be honest. You're making good progress, I think. Okay. A whole bunch of that.
I mean, at this point, I'm on the cleanup stage. I've already started converting it into.
Is this the
I've
sludge?
already started converting it into oil. Yeah. Now I'm just dealing with the
slurry.
the final sludgy bits.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, what was that? That was alien understanding. What's alien under... Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at your build menu. Holy cow. Look at that scary little alien face. Oh boy.
Yeah, so we can make alien stimulant. Holy crap, we make a lot too. Alright, that'll be fun.
What's a terraforming station? Used in the terraforming station. Okay, I don't think we've got the terraforming station yet. Irritatingly. I just want to look at that alien face all day. That's incredible. Okay. Alrighty.
Got iron. So, you said the first online game you ever played was... just like...
some Lego game, yeah.
Lego thing.
Yeah.
So you didn't really get into video game that early? Or you got into video gaming so early you don't remember?
I mean, the first game that I like actively remember playing on the PlayStation was probably like Spyro or something on the PS1.
Okay.
That was probably it. I mean, I don't know. I find it difficult to quantify, to be honest. As I kind of saw them in a different light back then, but still somewhat interesting. You know, to think about anyway. What about you? What was your first gaming experience?
Dig Dug. I barely remember it, but I remember it being awful.
What? Sorry, what is Dig Dug?
It's one of those like ancient ass arcade games where you're just going around. Gosh, how would I even describe it?
Dig Dug.
You're like, it's, gosh, would I almost call it the prototype for what Spelunky became? Dig Dug is awful. Rito's mad. Ha.
Dig Dug? Do you have to...
You dig around and you're... Gosh, how do I even describe it?
Thing is, when you say Dig Dug, I can't help but think that you have to dig a dog. Because in, I don't know, Scottish slang, a dug is a dog. So I can't help but thinking that you're digging a dog.
That poor dog.
Yeah. Basically. That poor dog, yeah, exactly. But anyway, there you go. That's my 2 cents on the issue.
Beyond that, I got into Mega Man X and Red Alert. Those were the two that I spent a considerable amount of my childhood playing.
See, I never played Red Alert. I never played Red Alert. That was sort of the one that...
I mean, if you played Command and Conquer, you played Red Alert. They're straight up alt universes of each other. Like, you even have Kane in Red Alert advising Stalin, which I thought was rad as a child.
Which is the one with Tim Curry in? I can never remember which one.
That's Red Alert 3.
That's Red Alert 3, okay.
That's both the best and the worst of them. On one hand, Tim Curry is amazing. On the other hand, the plot on that one was just bad. Because that was the point where EA got their mitts on it and were like, hey, what if we make it like weirdly sexualized and some other stuff? And that just was not great.
Yeah, and you weren't interested in the other stuff, were you?
Not overwhelmingly.
Okay. Yeah, EA. Challenge your preconceived notion of what a good game is.
Yep. I loved EA at first, and then I learned.
I mean, you know, there were... I think I was the same. You know, when you... on the surface, decent games, but when you look past the surface, they're like just, you know, hollow vessels of nothingness.
We almost have Fast and Certus, and I bet it's because we don't have any green science. Yup. You want to do that?
You want me to grab you some green science? I can grab you some green science.
No. You want to automate some green science, so we're not suffering this anymore.
Oh,
It's basic transport belts and inserters. That can't be too hard, is it? Can it?
Wow. Well, about that. kind of in the middle of something. I'm washing my hair this week. Just real busy right now. You know, I got some stuff on. Yeah, no, sure, I can do that. I'll do that after I get petroleum. I'm just setting up a massive petroleum pipe at this moment in time. But yeah, no, I'm happy to do that. That's no issue at all. Happy to do that. How's the oil processing coming along?
Done. It just needs to be scaled up.
Nice. I do like a periodic update, because we are quite far away from each other on the map. Okay.
How's the alien situation doing?
So other than Doug Dig, and Command and Conquer, what other games would you say sort of informed your opinion about video games as a child?
So it was, I didn't get to play a whole lot of games growing up. I tell this story often enough that my parents were very much like, you own a game, so therefore you own enough games. And so it was a constant challenge of being like, please give me more.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what other games did I get into? Battle Tanks on the N64. Super niche product. Probably not a lot of people know about it, but I loved that game to death. Because I think it was one of the first, like, true co-op games I ever played with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, we got fast inserters. Give me a second. I'm going to reprioritize for a hot moment.
No worries whatsoever.
Okay. Let's see. StarCraft was definitely a huge one. Diablo.
Yeah.
I played obscene amounts of Diablo 2 growing up.
Diablo. So what is the appeal for Diablo? You're gonna have to explain this to me, because I don't get it.
I mean, I guess you're not much of a dungeon crawler guy or an RPG guy, from what I can tell.
No,
But
not really.
it was one of the first games that really felt like you were an adventurer out on a adventure fighting through things. Prior to the Diablo series, it was always very slow or kind of boring. And so, you know, you had special abilities, you had all sorts of crazy loot to find. The environments were finally getting to the point where the ambiance actually matched what they were trying to go for. Like, one of the first RPGs I ever played, possibly the first RPG I ever played, was was Ultima 3, 4, something like that, which I got really into. But it very much was one of those games that, like, it was supposed to have like this dark dungeon, but you know, the enemy is just like 5 pixels smushed together in kind of the shape of a dragon. Which,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Didn't quite have the same level of like oomph as, you know, Diablo himself, who's this big horrid red monstrosity. And you know, it had voice acting. I mean, it's to the point where Diablo 2 is so imprinted in my mind that I unintentionally have just developed a impression of one of the main voice actors. Or one of the main NPCs for Deckard Cain, and like I didn't even mean to get that voice in my head, but now I just can do it whenever I want. Let's see, what else was there? I don't know. You'll probably that was actually one of the other ideas I pitched to Rito, which was we do Diablo 2. Like a race to the end, but hardcore, so whoever falls along the way is out of the running.
Okay.
Just in terms of, like, I don't know. I like the idea of trying to leverage our group as a
raid team.
Not necessarily a raid team. Like, we'd have to work together, but there would be that tension of, like, if I die, I'm out.
Yeah, hardcore's got that sort of appeal. I'm picking up what you're putting down, yeah.
And I can imagine it will get kind of it'll be real frustrating when you get out, because Diablo 2 isn't the shortest game ever. But at the same time, that potential tension could be really cool.
Yeah. I so I don't know. To me, in my reasonably uninformed mind, Diablo and World of Warcraft sort of like occupy like a similar space because they're, you know, the sort of game where you have to like hold down a single button and then just walk around and like kill everything.
Kind of.
What is it? What is it that makes that such a fun activity? Because I
think in a lot of cases it's, well, so I think the Diablo specific playstyle was fun at the time because it was, you know how Dark Souls right now is kind of the eminent hard game that, you know, that's the peak action, reflexes, test of skill and endurance, and so on and so forth. That was Diablo 20 years ago, 30 years ago? Yeah. And so obviously the medium has evolved past what Diablo is now. And so that's what it used to be. Same thing with World of Warcraft back in 2003, 2000, whenever, when World of Warcraft first came out, like, that was one of the first, like, true top tier MMOs on the market.
Mm-hmm. And that's just it. It was just like the thing.
Yeah. And so obviously there are better games. Hell, there are even better games at the time, kind of, from like a core gameplay perspective. But there wasn't necessarily anything better. So like there was EverQuest, which preceded it by a fair bit, and Ragnarok Online, I think Ultima Online, and whatever. But a lot of those were very pixely, kind of hard to tell. Or in EverQuest case, it was just absolutely miserable to play and no one enjoyed it, except for masochists.
Okay.
It was one of those games where walking for 4 hours to get from point A to point B could be your entire gaming session for an evening.
Yeah.
And you had to do that because there wasn't a good alternative.
Yeah. Nowadays, that's packaged up and sold on Steam as a walking simulator. People buy that.
Yep.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's some good walking simulators here and there.
I agree.
Not exactly in the same vein, but I'm a huge fan of Journey.
I haven't played it. I haven't.
It is real good.
I played what's the underwater one?
Abzu.
Yeah, that one. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that one very much. It was very good.
Journey feels like Abzu, but you get to sand surf, which from my perspective is real good.
You just enjoying sand surfing? You just dig sand
felt
surfing?
So good. Like the pure gameplay loop of the pure core gameplay loop of Journey was just leagues above, I think, honestly, any other game.
I've heard
walking simulator wise.
I've heard exclusively good things.
Let's see. The other thing is Austin Wintory is a fantastic composer. So that was like the first time, I think. No, that was not the first time was it? That might have been one of the first times he was included as the composer for a video game, and he just like absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
It's also a game that can be completed in like one night if you just kind of sit down and play it.
Yeah.
And so I remember the first time I ever got to play it. It was, I think I started playing at like 10 p.m. and I was done by 1. And I was just in that magic point where like everything seems, or that perfect point where everything seems slightly more magical, because it is so late at night.
I'm with you. No, I know. It feels like you had a real experience, or it sounds like you had a real experience.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I didn't get it quite as much with Abzu, but I think it's because I was like, I don't care about these fish.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you were mentioning earlier about how you don't play puzzle games like nearly enough. Have you played Baba Is You? I
don't know if you've picked this up too much from like Rhapsody's reaction to how people treat him over card games, but I have that problem with puzzle games where there's like a population of people that enjoy consuming puzzle games purely just to abuse other people for not getting it right away.
Yeah.
And so I had to eventually just like pull the plug on this series because I had a billion people that were just screaming at me for not figuring it out immediately, and it was just demoralizing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'd spend just 20, 30 minutes on a puzzle, and they'd be like, how did you not figure this out immediately? Blah, 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 blah. And it would just kind of go on and on. And it's just like, I respect myself too much at this point to put myself in that position anymore.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. But I mean, so you don't have an opinion about the game per se because it was tarnished by your experience recording the series, pretty much. Yeah.
I only got so far in that it's almost impossible for me to have an opinion on it because the lasting memory is just being yelled at instead of actually.
That really sucks. I'm
still
sorry.
don't have
I'm sorry to hear
badass.
that. That's pretty miserable.
Happens. But I liked Baba Is You. I think from what little I do remember of playing it, it was definitely maybe too esoteric. That I like looking at things in a 3D space, and do you have that feeling ever where you look at a word, and the longer you look at it, the more it looks like just pure bullshit, and you just like whoever came up with the word sloth,
Dude.
or
Dude, yes. 100 million times yes. Although I don't get it when I look at it. I get it when I say it, like, more than, like, 10 times. And then it just starts to, like, fade into absurdity. I understand you on a really visceral level with that. 100%. Yes.
And so I get that really fast, comparatively. And so when playing Baba Is You, I definitely remember just sitting there and just being like, Baba is nothing.
Yeah.
And then I just start, like, killing Baba over and over again.
Okay.
Because I think my brain would just give up processing it after a certain point.
That's interesting, actually, because I've heard really good things about it, but I've also heard like it's brutally difficult. So
It's very long. It's very hard, and it's not like you can brute force it. I take Opus Magnum is probably my favorite puzzle game, just on a pure mechanical level. And that is one of those games that, like, you can't get stuck on it because the solution is clear. The difficulty is more in, did you solve it well? And I found that to be a more powerful experience, if only because then I was challenging myself, as opposed to staring at something and being like, I just don't get it.
Well, you were saying the Zachtronics. Zachtronics does this, right? It's like about how efficiently you solve the level. Like you can solve it easily. It's just optimizing for the best outcome. That's the challenge.
Yeah. And I think there are hard limitations, but I never remember being... I was always challenged, but I was never frustrated. And I think that was kind of important for me.
I think that's a good point, actually. I think that's a really good point. Yeah. Wise words. Wise words.
Okay. How's the green science going, or did you get distracted?
Oh, I haven't even started on the green science. I'm still working on advanced circuits here. I shouldn't have even pretended that that'll be anytime soon. I'm very sorry.
Either is fine. How are we doing on petroleum? Hey, we're actually...
I'm shipping petroleum halfway around the map, by the way, so it's... I've tried to go basically as far to the right as I possibly can. You can see it on the map, actually. It looks like a disaster. I could have maybe gone more direct, but... whatever.
It's fine.
It'll do for now, I think.
Yeah.
We can always adjust if the central bus comes anywhere near.
I just like zooming out and seeing your power networks. I am very particular about lining up my power lines, so it's like this nice square, if I can manage it. And I just look over and you've just got this like horrible square. In fact, you can even look at the map and see who designed what based on how the power cables are set up.
You totally can. That's brilliant, actually. That is brilliant. How are we doing, actually, over in the
Battle zone?
Battle zone, yeah. Pretty well.
Messy.
It's
messy, but well.
It's
I'm going to batteries, and if I can get batteries, I can start collecting the alien artifacts from the other side, and then I can start making conversion bullets instead, and then we'll see what happens.
There's just so many of them. They're not congregating around the moat anymore, but there are so many more. Like, just bases. Like, there are a load of bases.
Yeah, we're gonna want the artillery.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's still causing a little bit of lag, but at least if we're far away, it's not seemingly doing too much. Which is good.
Oh. One other thing we could work on eventually is the Mark II sniper turrets.
Can we get any more, like, efficiency upgrades to the sniper turrets? Because that does, like, range, fire speeds, damage.
I think so. I think they're even infinite. Batteries.
Are they?
Batteries.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they just get progressively more expensive. Wait. Battery. Oh, requires chemical plant. Blech.
What do you need for the batteries? Sulfuric acid and iron and...
Yeah, so I'm working on the sulfuric acid. Oh.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Okay. Let's see, sulfuric acid.
Belt.
So you got any bucket list games that you want the Wholesome Verse to try out?
I mean, not really. I think,
You're just along for the ride?
I'm just along for the ride. It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird. You know, don't get me wrong. I love everyone in the Wholesome Verse. You know, they're all fantastic. They're all fantastic people. I'm very, very grateful to be a part of such a fantastic community. But I do feel like I am sort of I'm more unique in terms of the games that I play. I think a lot.
Well, yeah,
of
I
the
think the
Wholesome
rest of
Verse-
us are all roguelike players to some degree.
pretty much. And I don't want to say that I exclusively hate roguelikes, but I don't play them. I play like FTL, Darkest Dungeon. I enjoy them. But for the most part, I don't like roguelikes. So, yeah.
I can't blame somebody for not liking them. There are definitely points where I'm just like, I kind of hate roguelikes, and I just turn them off for like a month.
Yeah. It's I don't know, I just don't get it. I mean, Rito, all power to him. 25,000 episodes of Gungeon. It's remarkable. Frankly, it's an achievement. It really is astounding. You know, I get that every run is different and all that, but it's only so different, right? I could never like do something like that. I
think it depends on the roguelike. There are definitely some that like truly you can play 1,000 times and you will every once in a while get a run that truly surprises you.
Yeah.
Kind of the same vein as Factorio, where you know I can play this game 1,000 times and every round will have something slightly different about it that makes it unique.
Yeah.
It's just this takes a lot longer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. And I guess part of the problem perhaps is that a lot of roguelikes aren't all that strategic. The ones that I do enjoy are strategic, so like FTL. I mean, you know, Binding of Isaac is strategic on a level, but not on a meta level, if that makes sense. That makes sense? I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah,
you kind of bridge that gap, to be honest. I mean, I would say that of everyone in the Wholesome Verse, you probably play. Well, you don't play roguelikes the least because you produce so much content. But you know, you've got the least proportion of roguelikes that constitute your content, if that makes sense.
Yeah, roguelikes made my channel, but because of the sheer volume of things that I consume, I can't play a game for 100 episodes anymore.
Yeah.
I used to have. I mean, I think I was the first person to 200 episodes on Slay the Spire. Not that that's really much of an achievement, but it was very much a like, hey, I played a shit ton of this game. I don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the the moment where I was just like, yeah, I probably should tone it back so I remember to enjoy these games later.
It's one of these things, right? In order to actually tolerate playing a game, you need to enjoy it. And it's like even if it makes, I don't know, poor financial sense at the time to cancel a series that is doing really, really well, you're gonna cancel out your channel and your life if you don't take care of your mental health.
Yep.
That's it, I think.
I probably mentioned this, but that was me with Scrap Mechanic, where it's just like, hey, this is kind of a fun game. I hate playing it.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. It's
400 episodes on one game is just too much.
400 episodes.
Uh-huh.
I mean, okay, you know what? We say that, or you say that, and I agree, by the way. I 100% agree. 400 episodes, it's a lot. Rito has got, like, what, 3 times that on Gungeon?
Yep. I got mad respect, but I straight up, like, said to myself, I gotta stop, this is unhealthy. I think, like, this same month, Adpocalypse happened, and I was just like, well, this was a terrible, terrible mistake.
I mean, you say that, but maybe that was the best time to do it. You grabbed the bull by its
horns. It was a good time for it.
Yeah.
It was a good time for it mainly just because I was like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. Oh, shoot, I might not make rent this month.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't actually have that problem, but it's like, I want to always have a net gain because the alternative is problems.
Yeah, no, I get that 100%. What am I doing here? Yeah, no, it's, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy to think, like, the sheer number.
I think the other thing is, after a certain point, you hit a flow state with a lot of these games, with roguelikes especially, where you almost kind of turn your brain off, and you're almost
that's
not even
just me
thinking
every
about
game.
what you're saying.
That's just me every game. Brain turned off.
But, like, I mean, maybe you're capable of doing this. For me, I definitely usually need, like, a state of relative mindfulness, or I start babbling.
No, I actually agree. No, I 100% agree. I think you're spot on. You were talking about a flow state, and I think that was a good example.
I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't for, like, for Rito, for Alexa. I mean, I think Alexa even talked about this. I know, like, I mean, Northern Lion's probably the best example of, like, somebody that probably just exists in a flow state when he plays a game now.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the copper plates. Hey, batteries. Not many, but we got batteries.
A battery's a battery.
But you just hit record, load up the game, and half an hour to an hour later, you're just done. You don't know how you got there. That doesn't matter.
Out pops an episode. Yeah, it's just finished. I mean, I get it. You know, it happens to me on occasion. It doesn't happen often because I like to sort of change out the games in my rotation so that I'm constantly sort of feeling challenged and feeling engaged with the game. But you know, it does definitely happen. For sure. It's just, I guess it's just time, right? Like, the amount of time that you invest in the game, the more likely you are to become one with it, I guess.
So I've got batteries being produced now, finally.
Okay.
Small amounts. And now I'm going to go see about these conversion bullets.
Do we not need to put them in a terraforming machine or something?
Nope.
Just... Okay, alright, great. That simple.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm just going to quickly suck up a bunch of things. This will be fun. How are advanced circuits going?
I mean, they're pretty much done, actually. In fact, yeah, we're pretty much there. I don't know, are we going to use these deep core cracks, advanced deep core mining equipment required?
I don't know. You know, I'm going to be honest, I don't think so.
Okay, good. Because, I mean, look, there are probably more cracks elsewhere. I don't think that these are Cractorio anyways. Or it's not Cractorio, Krastorio, should I say. So I don't think that we need them for the end game. I don't think.
Yeah, I think if we didn't have infinite resource mines...
That's a good shout.
But
we do.
We're using infinite resource mines, so who cares?
And it's worth repeating. I have no issues with this at all. This is a good thing in my opinion.
I will get complaints every once in a while for choosing one mod or another, but not in this case. By the way, there's one singular medium explosive biter that has been angrily trying to kill the stone walls that you left behind so long ago. It has not succeeded.
That's good. That's good. It's like we're defeating nature in our own special way.
Holy shit. Okay, we are going to need some artillery or something.
I mean, look. We can get artillery. We can get it as soon as we get the lubricant, I think, right?
Okay, let's see, bullets. So
we have advanced circuits. We have 100% advanced circuits. I don't know if we need them for anything specific right now, but we will have them very, very soon indeed. Wow. Just rushing to get the production started. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you need them for anything. I don't know if you asked me to do it with something in mind.
There's a number of things we're gonna need them for.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
Is this the
bullets?
The conversion gun? I gotta watch this. Hold on.
I don't know if... We'll see if they... I think I have to empty them out first. There we go. Alright.
Oh? Oh, they are definitely attacking each other. What the heck? How expensive are they to make, by the way? Or are they...
Dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap?
Yep. In fact, they pay for themselves? More or less?
Because they give you juice, presumably.
Yeah. It might not be that dirt cheap. So it costs alien stimulant, which requires the alien artifacts that these things drop when they die.
I've got like 500 on me or something. I've got, oh no, I've got 2,000 on me, if you need them.
Maybe. I've got a couple thousand.
There. Yeah.
It's definitely luring them in to get killed.
Yeah. Is it more effective than, I don't know, an explosive ranged turret, for example, would be?
I don't know. I think truly the next step is just to go beat guns.
Yeah. I mean, look, you won't find me disappointed with that decision. That sounds good to me.
Okay, what else could we
medium
invest in?